Jess here with the Not So Hopeless Wanderers, and I am coming to you with a quick response video. I had a question from Dana D. Brown, which, first of all, very appreciative for questions and video requests. Always happy to respond to a video request. And she asked in my last budget report video about MTurk and how I've been using that to supplement my income. So I figured I'd just give you guys a real quick breakdown of how I use MTurk. I can kind of speak briefly to how others do it and then how I use it. So basically what you see up on the screen here is the Amazon Mechanical Turk landing page. So basically it's through Amazon. So if you have an Amazon account, you can absolutely start working on Amazon Mechanical Turk immediately. If not, just go to their website, you can sign up for it, and then once they approve you, you can get to this landing page. So basically what you see here, you can make money by working on hits, which are human intelligence tasks, and there's all sorts of different things that you can do to make money. Generally it's small amounts, unless you qualify for some of their larger transcription jobs. Most of them are pretty low paying. So you can do things from transcription, you can do categorization tasks, things like that usually don't pay as much, usually, pennies, maybe 5 to 10 cents a piece. And then other things that you can do that'll pay a couple dollars are some surveys, which is what I've been using it for. I like it better than other survey sites that I've tried, like MySurvey, because I feel like, and I think I mentioned it before, a couple months back when I stopped using MySurvey, I wasn't happy with the frequency with which I would get surveys. They'd have a whole bunch on my landing page, and I'd go through, and half of them I wouldn't qualify for. But it would take, 5 minutes just to find out that I didn't qualify for it, and I just didn't like the setup. Whereas on MTurk, they're really quick to qualify for. The majority of them you'll qualify for, or they'll tell you right, in the title or in the hit page what exactly they're looking for in terms of demographics. So I like those a lot better. So this is the introduction on your account. You can see your account up here. If you click over to the dashboard, it'll give you a breakdown, so you can see how I've been using it, and all sorts of there's some ratings at the bottom, how many hits you've submitted, how many have been approved. You do want to do your best not to get any rejections, otherwise you won't qualify for as many hits. But I have found that it's pretty tough to, not get an approval. I've had one, as you can see, I'm not sure what that was, what the error was there. I had a second one, and I actually contacted the person that I did the hit through, and asked what the problem was, and then she gave me a chance to fix whatever the issue was, and I actually got it reversed, so that was good too. So we want to keep a low percentage of rejection and a high percentage of approval rate. So it'll tally up how many hits you've submitted and how many have been approved and how many are pending, and the amount of money that you made. So generally my goal is $5 every weekday. With how the weeks or how the days fall in the month, that'll generally get me to $100 a month. And I think that's a reasonable amount to supplement my income, because it certainly adds up to a lot over the course of a year, and it'll make a difference. So that's generally my goal. I'm a bit behind this week actually, so I do have to get to work after I make this video. So you can see some things that you've submitted, titles of the hits, and how much the reward is for the hits, and then status, whether or not it's been approved, things like this, they're still waiting to be approved, and then once they're approved, they'll pay out. And then up here, this is your earnings available for transfer. So as long as there's, gosh, I think like $1, I think might be the minimum you can transfer out. And it's actually, I found it to be a really quick process to transfer the money to your checking account. So what you do here is you transfer to an Amazon Payments account, and then that'll go through. I found it to go through in about a day, about 24 hours. And then you log into the Amazon Payments account and transfer it to your checking account, and then depending on how your bank is set up, again, I found that to take about a day. So overall, it takes about 2 days to get my money, which I think is really reasonable. So it'll tally up everything here. So basically, the important part we'll jump in is actually doing the hits. So you'll want to see, so it'll show you here, all hits, everything that's available. If you click on this up here, hits available to you, you'll see all the blue ones, and those are ones that you are able to do. Now, generally, they'll list it in the amount of how many hits are available, and you can see this number over here says how many there are. So if you were to do this one, pick a product for a category, you can do it 48,000 times if you wanted, but there's going to be other people also, doing the hit as well. And this one pays out a penny. So again, these are just like little hits, little categorization hits. The way that I use it and the way that I find that I make money at the fastest is that I list it by the reward amount the most first, and that way I'm seeing things that pay out the most. And then down to the least. So I work my way down through and find which ones I qualify for. And again, generally when you list it this way, it's generally going to be surveys. There are a few other things that they'll do. Sometimes transcription things will show up here, larger transcription jobs, but generally it's going to be surveys. And basically all you have to do is, if you click on the title, it'll give you a little bit more information about the hit there. And then if you go over here, the screen's a little short, but it says view a hit in this group. And if you click on that, it'll bring up this page here. And sometimes you have to click there to open it up, but that'll tell you what they're looking for. And then they'll give you a link here. Now in order to do it, you have to accept the hit here. So now you've accepted it. So you also have the option here to return a hit. So if you find that you don't qualify for a survey, or if it just ends up being something that you decide you don't really want to do, you can return the hit here. Also, they give you information up here about how long before it expires. So this particular one you have 2 hours to do, and then it has a timer of how long you've been using it for. And then another nice thing is if you were to click out of this and you don't have that link available anymore, if you go back to hits here and go to hits assigned to you, the ones that you have that you've accepted, you'll find listed there, so you can continue work on it. So something like this, you would go ahead and click on the link here. Sometimes it'll do this, less often actually. It'll try to open the survey right in the window. I prefer not to do that. I don't like when they do that, and they usually don't, but of course it did this one time. So if it does that, I usually right click it and open link in new tab. So then it'll take you to a website to go through the survey. And then, so you'll go through the survey, answer all the questions, and then at the end, they'll generally, the way that it's set up is they'll generally give you a randomly generated code, and then you put that randomly generated code in the box here, and then you hit submit. And then that's it. And then, they'll review it, and it can take them anywhere from, a few hours to a couple of days. Unfortunately, I've had some hits that have sat for a couple of weeks, but it's pretty rare. Usually they'll approve them within a day or two, and then you get the money for that. So that's basically it. That's basically what I do on MTurk to make money. Again, you can do the other smaller jobs, the transcriptions and categorization tasks. There are scripts and things like that you can run on your computer, on your browser, to help with those, to make them go really quickly, so that you can do a lot of them in a small amount of time so that it still adds up to a reasonable amount of money. That's not something that I've really educated myself about, but there are a lot of groups out there and forums and places where people will discuss that sort of thing. So you can always look into something like that too if that's something that you are interested in. But this is the way that I use it, and as you can see from my budget report videos, it's been working out really well. I've been making at least $100, if not more, every month using MTurk here and supplementing my income and speeding up the process to pay off my student loans. So that's it for this. If you have any other questions, I just kind of walked through, my typical use of it. So if I missed anything, if I skipped over anything important, by all means, please let me know down in the comments. Any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'm happy to share this kind of stuff with you guys, and I will talk to you again soon. All right, have a good one.